apology. I need a butch lesbian to help me. We'll talk about that later. Oh my God, Connecticut. Fantastic. So good to be here in Stamford. You know, my dad doesn't approve of my comedy career. He doesn't think it's successful enough. But that is the nicest bathroom I have ever changed in for a show. No, seriously, they have candy. They have Listerine. I have made it. Well, who am I? Ellen DeGeneres? No, I'm much nicer. So anyway, I'm Mina Hartung. It's so lovely to meet you. My pronouns are she, her, and anything that's about me. Just want to get that out of the way. I love the youth. Do we love the youth here in Connecticut? Yes? Yes, I love them teaching me all the things about pronouns and gender identity and unlimited data. It's just like, they're so helpful. They're so helpful. They know so much more than I ever did. I didn't even know what a sex toy was until I was 25. Then I had to go to a workshop at Good Vibrations in San Francisco to learn how to use it. You were there, you remember, it was super embarrassing. Right? There was no YouTube, that shit was in person. They don't talk to me much anymore, the kids, you know, except in June, I'm very popular in Pride Month. They come up to me, they're like, hi, can I talk to you? Oh my God, feelings, okay, IRL. Okay, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for coming out back in the 1900s. You were like such a pioneer. Can I take a picture with you? I'm gonna put it out on Instagram. Do you know what Instagram is? Oh my God, you're on Instagram? How many followers do you have? Okay, follow me. By the way, your Pride outfit. Oh my God, it's all the things. It's vintage, old school, yet very cool, very slay. Go girl, happy Pride! I have no idea what just happened. I think they like me, or I'm gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race and get super famous, and you can say you saw me here at New York Comedy Club in Stamford. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I don't know, they're amazing, the kids, they are. I do know what Instagram is. Instagram people here? Yes, I'm on Instagram. Anybody by applause? Yes. TikTok-toe, I know it. Snap Talk, I'm all over it. Yeah. I don't know how to use any of it, but I know what it is. I go to the Verizon store like once a week and ask how much data I have, and they're like, ma'am, it's unlimited. Still don't get it. But they don't know everything, right? Because they're kids. So every once in a while, I gotta sit in my rocking chair and like gather them around and be like, kids, when you were eating gluten-free cereal, I was eating my girlfriend. A little respect. That's my dirtiest joke, sir. It's okay. It's all right. You're gonna be all right. Take a deep breath. It's all good. It's all good. She'll explain it to you later. You got it though. You got it, right? Okay, good. I'm just checking. I'm a teacher. I'm here to help. I just want to make sure that you're following. Maybe it's been a while. I mean, I don't want to get in your business or anything, but you know, anyway. So anyway, yes, the kids. So I did come out back in the 1900s. I did, as the kids say. I came out in Greenwich, Connecticut in 1991, y'all. Okay, so yeah, I'll take that. Oh yeah, it went super well, but that's another show. So just to paint you a picture, my parents had a photograph of Ronald Reagan on the living room wall, and they were in the photograph. Yeah, so I just want to say that gay rights didn't really trickle down with the other economics in the 1980s in my family. My mom didn't take it very well. She wore black for about a year, but she looks good in black, and nobody really noticed. And then about a year later, she called me up and she was like, well, I'm just calling to say, I think your friend would make a very nice husband, but frankly, Mina, what you need is a wife. Which I thought was, really ahead of the times on marriage equality, my mom, good for her. My mom is interesting, we're not really sure about her. When my parents got divorced, she moved to Vermont, and she has a farm, and she grows her own food, and has animals, and wears flannel, so might be a lesbian, we're not really sure. Recently bought a Subaru, we don't know. My father asked me once if my mother might be a lesbian. I just want to say, you haven't lived until your 80-year-old father asks you if your mother might be a lesbian. Just put it on your bucket list, there's still time. But definitely bisexual mom, I think, because she's bipolar and bilingual, and probably bisexual. All the bis, right? Because she tried to give me a lap dance once. She tried to give me a lap dance, she did. She's an alcoholic, so she was really drunk. She was super drunk, and she came into the kitchen, she's dancing around and trying to sit in my lap, right? And I pushed her away, and she was like, well, you do that with other girls? I'm like, yeah, Mom, but I pay them. you're my mother, you don't have Venmo, it would just be really awkward. Oh my goodness, so that's my family. You know, it was interesting in the 1990s. It's so much better now, but coming up back then was interesting. I used to get the strangest questions from people, you guys. Someone would always ask me, they're like, do you hate men? I'm like, no, that's straight women. I'm a gay woman. I'm a teacher, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Oh, thank you so much. So it's so nice to be back in Connecticut. I did grow up here. I did grow up in Greenwich. I'm from Fairfield County. Who's from Fairfield County here? Most of you? Yes? Wonderful. I did. And then I left for a long time, and I thought I wouldn't come back. And then I actually did move back about 10 years ago for a little while. I lived in Westport. Anybody? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's like the liberal version of Greenwich, right? Right? They let the Jews go to the country clubs and things like that. Yeah. At least, I hope they are, you know. I don't know how Greenwich is doing on that these days, except for Stuart Weitzman, who makes shoes. Apparently he can live in Greenwich. But anyway, I digress. So I moved to Westport, and you know, I was there for like the beach, you know, and the outdoors, and moving out of the city and all of that. But then I quickly realized that the girls who bullied me in high school were now my neighbors. Right? And they weren't very friendly. I, as you can see, am a very friendly lesbian. I'm very friendly. And the neighbors wouldn't really talk to us, except they would acknowledge that 2 lesbians had moved in next door because they only allow 2 a year. It's a quota in Westport. I think it's higher in Stamford. I think that's how we love Stamford. So they didn't really talk to me. That was too bad. And I had, you know, I lived on a hill, and one day I was driving home, and you know, a landscaping truck was coming down the hill, so I was waiting in front of my neighbor's house, and she starts waving frantically. I'm like, oh my God, I've broken through. It's finally gonna happen. And I waved back, and she's like, oh, I'll be right there. Don't leave, don't leave. And I was like, oh, I'm not your Uber driver. I'm just your lesbian neighbor with a really shitty car. But nice to, no, she's gone, so that didn't work out. And these ladies were interesting. Now, they had walking buddies. Any ladies here have their walking buddies? So fun, right? You get your steps, you get your mental health check-in, it's all good, right? And not all of you, because you seem really lovely. But some of the ladies in Westport who have their walking buddies were like walking, and they were so stressed. They're so stressed about their kids, right? And I get that. The kids are stressful, but they don't have to go to a job, but they're still so stressed. They're very stressed. Like, I don't have time for Pilates. She keeps texting me about Pilates. I don't want to go to Maine. We went to Maine last year. I don't want to go to Maine. Like, I want to go to Maine. Okay, can I go to Maine? Can I go to Pilates class? Yeah, because if I want to go to Pilates, I have to sneak into the senior center and pretend that I'm 60 and take a ballet class. That's how I get to go to Pilates. Yeah, okay? So, you know, so they're like stressed, and they're driving around in their Lexus SUV, and they're still upset, and they're frowning like this. Again, never have to go to work, ever again. Right? I call it the Westport frown, and then it was added by the Westport sigh. Right? My Westport was really different. Like, I got a beach cruiser bike, I was like biking around town, like there's the library, there's the trees, there's the river. And then I hear the honking, and the Westport frown of the, you know? And she's like scowling at me, and her hands are going up in the air. I'm like, God, is she okay? And she rolls down the window, and she's like, you're blocking the mailbox. I need the mailbox. Your bike is blocking the mailbox. I'm like, what were you like before you went to Pilates? Right? Like, namaste away from you. Okay? Yeah, so it didn't really work out. I did move back to the city, but I do love coming back here. I have lots of friends here. And one of my favorite things about living in Connecticut as an adult was learning pickleball. Anybody? Pickleball? I mean, we're in Connecticut, right? There gotta be some players, yeah? What a game, right? Half the running of tennis, so social. I love all kinds of pickleball. I love singles. I love doubles, and my favorite, menopausal pickleball. Yes? Is team menopause, you all seem very young. Is team menopause here? Just, you know, yeah, anybody? Yeah, I hear a few woos there. Okay. So if you play pickleball and you're menopausal, here's how it goes. Okay, 742. You know, am I a 2? Were you a 1? Did you start? Wait, I think it's 472. Wait, okay, who started on that side? No, you were definitely a 1. You were definitely a 1. No, actually, no, I think you were a 2. Is anyone from Seattle? That's where it all started. Did you start on the north side, or the south side, or the west side? I think it's 4-6. I think it's 4-6-1. No, I think it's 6-4-2. No, I think it's 7-0. I think, you know, fuck it, let's just play. That's menopausal pickleball for you. Oh, thank you. I hope to play some tomorrow. My wife couldn't be here tonight. We've been together 21 years this year. Thank you. And that's actually 50 years in cat years, in case, that's how lesbians mark time, in case you wanted to. Again, more things for you to learn. Cat teacher, here to help, here to help. Yeah, so my wife is half Japanese and half Thai. I call her my part-Thai lover. Call her that for years. So sweet, and very racist, but so sweet. And the thing about my wife is there's a right way, there's a wrong way, there's a Japanese way. And in case you were wondering, the wrong way is the white way, which is how I do things, and the right way is the Japanese way, which is how she does things. Right? And so she doesn't let me do anything in the house. Like she reloads the dishwasher, anybody dealing with this at home, right? She redoes the laundry, right? All these things. She repacks my suitcase when we go on a trip. She says that it causes her physical pain to watch me pack my suitcase. I love my wife. I do not want to cause her physical pain. So these days, I just lay out everything I want to take on the trip, and I'm like Lady Mary from Downton Abbey, and I just wait for the trip to begin. It works out great. So she has a lot of things for us, but I still don't let her drive. And I know that sounds terrible. I know. I'm going to be canceled. RuPaul is not going to call, and this is going to be, you saw my last show at the New York Comedy Club in Stamford, but it's true, she's not a good driver. But it's not what you think. She is a skilled driver, but she is an angry driver. Yes, do I have friends? Yeah, come on, it's Connecticut. Come on, don't be shy. It's okay, people are pointing to each other. It's true. So my wife is very culturally Japanese. She's always deferring to others. She's extremely polite, especially with elders. Like, I'm not surprised we're not still at JFK waiting to board. Like, after you. Friday would have been a mess if we'd been there. She'd be like, oh no, go ahead, fly without me. Except when she's behind the wheel of a car, right? That is a whole different thing. So every once in a while, she'll say, honey, you drive all the time. Why don't you just, let me drive? I'm like, okay. So I get in the car, I'm in my passenger seat. I'm like, I'm looking out the window. Oh, this is very nice. Then I hear, I'm like, honey, she's like 85 years old. You want to give her a little space? Well, she clearly didn't get the turn signal package when she got that car. And it's a Prius. It's not even a real car. And we get to the intersection. She's like, me first. Me fucking first. We get to Trader Joe's. True story. Same woman gets out of the car. She's like, oh, after you, ma'am. Can I help you? Can I get you a card? We don't let her drive. Oh, my God. You're so sweet. So I'm going to, so we've been together a long time. Are there long-time married couples here? Yeah, okay, yeah, so right? It's hard to keep the love alive, right? I don't know about you, but our version of 69 these days is more like a mutual foot massage after a long day. Try it, it works. We still do have sex, we do, but we call it something else. We call it accessible sex acts, right? Because my wife has some arthritis, right? So I'm just like, sometimes her knee blows up, so I'm like, okay, I'm coming over. No, it's okay, I peed. Yeah, I kegeled. I'll explain that later too. Again, so much to learn. I'm here to help. So I'm coming over. I'm not going to touch the knee. Here I come, okay? I'm using my core, okay? You good? I'm not touching the knee, okay? Just stay right there, okay. All right, good. Okay, all right, you ready? Okay, let's go. Oh, you know what, honey? I think I pulled my right shoulder playing pickleball. I told you, the lesbian retired gym teachers take it very seriously. Okay, look, I'm going to come around the back. Can you sit up? Okay, excellent. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is nice. Okay, a little foreplay. Good. Okay, it's happening. Okay, you ready? Oh, leg cramp? Which leg? Okay, I got you. Okay, I told you to drink more coconut water. It's so humid out there. Okay, all right, honey, well, I'm already down here, honey, so. Yeah, she's asleep. Clap for me. I don't get laid. And please vote for me November